treat it trend on TV show. Tuko kwa Evan Sketch ambaye tumekuwa naye akitembeza katika safari yake ya usanii, ambapo leo tuko kwa makazi yake. Tunaona kazi ambayo anafanya. Last week tulikuwa tunaangalia wakati anachora akifanya paintings za wall, but today tuko kwa ofisi yake. Tunaona ambapo anafanya tattoo, and hope mta enjoy everything cause the art nya amefanya, it's wow. So join me today in the show as tunaendelea pia akiwa na mteja wake. Tunaona ambapo anaendelea na usanii wake wa uchoraji. So today nimeona tuna mteja and tumekuja tujue process ya kuichora, and hope to take through all the mambo na tattoo.
Yes.
Tuambie everything. Kwanza utuambie unachora nini leo and kwa nini mteja aliamua kuchora hiyo art?
Thank you very much. Evan Sketch hapa hivi. Today we are set up na, as you can see, we are in a different form of art. Sasa hapa hivi tunataka kuchora tattoo. Now with tattoo is an art on skin, on someone's skin, okay? So it's a kind of different type of art because it's bondage between two people and you try to understand someone's. You know, this a type of art yenye mtu anatembea nayo. Unaona? So with this type of art, safety is the key. So as you can see here, people kuna my gloves. I have to protect myself and I also have to protect my client. Or whoever I'll be tattooing. This is the placement of the tattoo. He wants it on the chest. So today this is going to be my canvas. Today.
Canvas fitting.
So I've just created a stencil, and we're using the stencil now. It's like a guidance. It guides me to the process of the task that I'm going to be using. Now for us here, we're going to use 3 types of needles. Hapa hivi hatutumii pencil or brushes. 3 types of needles. Kutakuwa na 5 liner, 9 liner, and 7 shader. So 7 shader I'll be using it for shading, and then the liners that I've mentioned, use the parts that we make for draw the line, you know. Just as the way we do it on pencil work and the biro kind of art.
So maybe while you're still preparing, can you just take us a little bit through all this thing of tattooing? Where did you get it from, or ulisomea, or kitu talanta tulikuwa nayo?
This one tattoo?
Yeah.
I have a talent as an artist. I believe I have a talent. So, and that talent, I have made it grow, you know, through hard work and everything. So, to me, this is a learning process. Hakuna siku utasikia nimekuambia sasa mimi nimage. So like every day like right now I'm learning something as you do, like each day is a new chapter, you understand? So for me it was an interest. At first I used to draw like on papers, you know?
Yeah.
On papers, canvas. That's how I started. Then you know there is growth. Huwezi kaa tu place moja. You have to grow and expand, you know? So I thought I saw this tattoo is an art, but it's kind of different, and it's very interesting because someone gets to work with them. You know, wherever they go, they just have them with them and they walk with them for the rest of their life, you know. So it has to be very meaningful than vitu kama hiyo kuchora tu kwa karatasi ama kwa canvas. So I said, why not? Let me pursue it. And here we are.
So, and when did you start?
When did I start tattoo?
Yeah.
Tattooing I started late last year. Yeah, we are in 2020.
Yeah.
Late 2019.
Okay, so to you, how do you feel wakati unaenda kufanyiwa tattoo? Is this your first tattoo ama umekuwa ukifanyiwa so until you are used to it?
This is not my first tattoo. Yeah, niko na tattoo nyingine kwa mgongo. Yeah, mwezi ona lakini niko na this is my second tattoo. And I'm so excited to get this tattoo because napenda chain na kuchoro. Yeah. It's my own type of choice, yani ni choice yangu. Ni chorwe chain na kuchoro. Sijui kama mnacheki stencil.
So okay, una feel as in mara ya kwanza ulikuwa una feel aje as in kama mtu mwenye anataka labda kuweka kwa mara ya kwanza ulikuwa na ile tension ama you are just comfortable?
There's some little, let's say ni excitement, si tension sana. Juu ni kitu pia unataka na ni kitu umeresearch before you start getting a tattoo. Ni kitu maybe ulikuwa umeona mahali na kubamba and you want it. So my first time ilikuwa excitement, si ati tension. Yeah, and when I went on to do it, nikapata ni kitu fit. So that's how I came to like tattoos. And this is my second one.
Well viewers, tunavyoona hapa hivi tunaenda kuanza tattoo yetu and Evans anaenda kututake through the art of which sasa hapa hivi sijaona rangi kama vile tulikuwa last time kwa kupaint. Yeah. So I don't know venye the paint itatokea kwa
by the way here I told you this is a kind of a different type of art. Here we are using ink. So there is this ink. I'm using a black ink to paint my canvas. So here we go.
Okay, so from the way you're taking the ink in as in how does it get into the body?
Into the body. Yeah. You see I use needle in this type of art. So what happens when the needle vibrates, it tends to pick up the ink, okay? And then when I place now the needle on the canvas, the skin here is my canvas. Now when I place the needle on the canvas, it punches the canvas. Now that it creates a hole. Now the hole, it's whereby now the ink can be able to penetrate inside the hole. You get the trick? It's simple as that.
So what happens wakati labda maybe the ile mistake umetokea, you know, like the other art kuna venye unaweza ukavuta ama kuna venye unaweza cover up with something else. What about this one? Sababu hii tayari nimesema ni ink na penetrate kwa ngozi ya mtu. How about this one? If in case of a mistake, how do you rectify it?
Instead of a mistake?
Yeah.
Now that's why I go with the stencil, you know. Now here we deal with you have to trust yourself not to make mistakes. Yeah. It's very therapeutic, you see? Yeah. Yeah, you have to be that way, like, there is no shortcut. Yeah.
How was the first experience from your first client?
My first experience?
Yeah.
I got a client who was so scared, like they didn't know what they wanted exactly. So it made me feel a bit guilty because of there is some pain that someone endures in this type of art. And that pain, mostly, you know, like for him, I'm sure, you know, just ask him something like how he feels and everything, and then I'll come back to you.
Okay. So, mpaka penye umefikia hapo una feel aje?
So, bado hiyo process ijaenda mbali. So, kitu tu ya kutulia na kuvumilia, nione art yangu imetokea fit.
Umesema kuvumilia, which means kuna ile kuna ile ka uchungu ka umbali.
Oh, kuna uchungu ya umbali, but si uchungu.
It's like a cut scratch.
It was sweet pain. Tukayo.
Umegoruzwa na paka? It kind of feels the same. Like ni kama paka imekugoruza.
Okay.
I've never tattooed someone and nikamwona analia. So, it tends to tell you that it's a kind of some pleasure and some pain. Jiko unanielewa?
So how does it take one to maintain a tattoo? Bado
How? What? Sorry?
How does mtu ana maintain aje itoke hadi design itoke like now permanent?
Ana train?
Maintain.
Or maintenance?
Yeah.
Maintenance, I go through. I always take my clients through that. You know, there is some. It's just simple, you know. There's some oil that we use, this type of, you know, and then you just apply on a daily basis. Just make sure it's not a dry wound, because you've created a wound already. You just try to make sure that the wound is not dry. I use disinfectant, you know, to make sure that it's clean and everything before you start, and even after you start. And it's good you've brought about that question, because after I've done my part here, there is now it's up to him now. It's his work to make sure that the art has not been destroyed. Yeah, for him now to take care of it. It's also kind of a job of its own. Yeah, exactly. That's the word. That's the word I was looking for. You have to participate with both of us. Now you see, it's a very different kind of art, because you tend to speak to the canvas.
Do we deal with only one color, or there are different types of colors?
Okay, there's
depends with the art.
Exactly, it depends on the art. But for this particular type of art, we're going just to use the black color. The black alone, but it depends on what type of art and what you want to achieve.
So why did you decide kuchora that art? I mean, not anything else apart from that?
Oh, I decided nichore wolf juu wolf imekonga my that animal manze. Yeah. Iko na characters fulani nyewe inanibamba, na to some extent huwa mimi najifanisha nayo. So kama hii ni wolf, na check venye iko fit. Wolf zinakuwa believed kuwa ziko na sharp intelligence. Alafu pia hizo shit zikuanga na niseme aje, ziko na instincts sharp. Alafu pia zinapenda ile freedom fulani ku get out of the normal, aziende kuwa different. Umecheki? Na mimi tuseme unique. Hiyo ni feeling ya mimi wanga na feel alafu pia zinakuanga na lack of trust kwa some other people, but in themselves. So believing in myself and trusting in myself is one thing I am, and that's what makes me different and unique. So kuchuzi wolf ni kuonyesha this is the part of animal. Kani ningekuwa animal, ningependa kuwa wolf. Yep.
So to you sketcher, how does it happen wakati mteja amekuja labda ameexplain anataka something aje kuja na that picture anataka achorwe but amekuja tu na explanation, how do you find it, how do you kupatia that picture yeye mwenyewe anakuwa satisfied nayo?
Okay, the thing is this, for him, you know, when that's the way I'm explain here. He came and told me about it, and for my knowledge about the wolf, you know, sometimes a client can come, give you a design, but you have little knowledge about it, so you have to go and do the research and everything. You understand? Hasa kwa huyu, for my knowledge, I understand wolf as a very strong. It has a strong character, you know. So and for him, nilikuja. He is an artist too on its own. Not that and everything. He just look like an artist. So he's an artist in terms of music, you know. Na the way he approaches music is that boldness and everything. Niko na resonate with the meaning of. Unapata. So like ini kitu atabaki nayo. We're creating like a mark yenye atabaki nayo for you see. So it's just special, and sometimes it acts like a reminder. Umayanguka mahali like kalama unayonanga semanga bana hiyo siku hiyo accident, you know, it gives that vivid memory, you know. So I think I want to create something that it can always make him remind of the character that he always wants, because characters mtu awezaliwe nayo, we adapt, we adapt, and that's how I believe.
So hakuna venye nitakuja like for example nimekuja tu saizi na kupatia the description ya art nataka, then we are good to go na
no, we have to discuss. I have to know, kwa sababu hakuna haja nikuchora. Mimi sipendi kazi yangu ifunikwe. You know, some people do art, ukishachora hivyo wanaenda wanafanya cover up. Hata mimi nimefanya cover up kadhaa. Juu inafika mahali mtu amekaa hivi anaona ai kitu it makes sense na you see. So mimi nataka nikuone on a longer kind of dimension perspective, you know. Nikupate una longer perspective enye like you understand na nione lengo yako yenye unataka kuachieve, then I fuse with my art. Now that's priceless, you know. Hatufanyi tu ati kameka poa. Okay, of which pia tatu unaweza fanya ikapoa kama unaona kuna maridadi, it's okay, you're good to go, because kila mtu akona nini yake, you know.
Well guys, from what we've heard from Sketcher is that hakuna vile mtu tu utakuja tu and you want the art, but today here tumeona akifanya the art and tumesikia pia from the person anachorwa, which lazima ukue somehow kwa ule mtu umejiaminia, si ati ufanye atutakuja tu like a day unataka hivi na hivi and unapata your job done. Yeye anatumia kazi yake to his perfection, so lazima tu take time ndio kuchore the art nye unataka to your satisfaction. Hakuna vile mtaka tu nae like a day umpatie description alafu akwambia ati ukae ni kuchore. So it's also a process, and like the other art ya kuchora the walls and all that. So let us go back to him and see what he's doing.
Alafu you know, my first tattoo, it happened to pia na Sketcher. Yep, and he imekuwa kwa sababu he's a good artist. Na mimi pia napenda kazi perfect. So huwa na choose kuchora na Sketcher. You have seen some of his art when zinakuwa fiti. Nimeona finished work zake, ukienda pale ni Instagram utacheki. Facebook pia anajiita Evan Sketcher. So I get to know him first kwanzia hapo, and then we met, nikaona kazi zake, and that's how I came to do this tattoo na yeye. And I think all tattoos zinaweza come in my mind that just took fun na Sketcher. Check.
So
yep, he's a good artist.
Recommend to 100 people plus.
Yep, I recommend kila msee utadai tattoo, just holla at Sketcher. Yeah, you'll get a nice one. Yep, so I'm gonna check it out.
So what are some of the challenges while making a tattoo?
Well, to a client, some of the challenges. First of all, I don't advocate. You know, some people they get scared of the pain, you know, and they might be tempted to, you know, to like detox themselves out so that they can, you know, they can conquer the fear. I always like my clients like they come sober. You know what I mean? Like you just come sober, you just face your fears with a sober mind. You know it, because this is something yenye umeweka na it's for life. Isikuje useme ati unajua ni nilikuwa nimelewa sijui ni nini, unajua. I like this sobriety when I'm dealing with the tattoo, because alafu angekuwa amelewa saa hizi ninge not juu ya blood, unaona, ange bleed a lot, na hiyo ina affect my work to some extent. It will slow down the process of what I'm trying to do and to achieve. So I guess those are some of the challenges that I face. And then, you know, some challenges inakuja kwa madem, you know, I don't do kuna age fulani enye mi kwangu naweza kadili nayo kwa tattoo. That's 18 and above. Unaelewa? So you know there's some this, especially the ladies, unapata mtu amekula vizuri, so they look older than the age. So wakati unamaliza ndo unakumbuka, ndo unapata kugundua. So mostly I do ask for ID sometimes. Yeah, kuja na ID to confirm, alafu we do it.
Okay.
So tumemaliza the first nini. Actually the outline imeileta vizuri. At least it's visible. I want now to be creative now. Now I want now to create to make the picture come to life. You understand? Yeah.
So tumeona umebadilisha hiyo needle ya kwanza, umekatana nyingine. So does that mean ilikuwa ya layer ya kwanza, so it's another one?
Yeah, that one was 5 liner. That means it's 5 needles compressed together into one needle. 5 of them compressed together into one. Now I'm using, now you see when there are 5 and you put them together to make one, it's a bit thinner than the one that I've changed. The one that I'm using right now is 9 liner, you see. So with that 9 liner, I want to fill in the small details that I feel that we should put some ink on. You know, there's some space that I've left out for me to shade in actually. And yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to shade in.
And for how long does one tattoo take to heal up?
To heal?
Yeah.
A maximum of a week. Itakuwa imesha peel off. You know, the skins do peel. The dead skin actually. What happens? Una venye tumeshachora hivi. Already the blood cells zimeanza kazi zake. Unajua blood cells, they do protect nini. They fight against hizo. So tayari hizi ni kama germs, and because to introduce something, an intruder has gone inside the skin, you know. So it's trying to protect itself to heal as fast as possible. So that's why we use lubricants, you know, the oil, the jelly. We use the petroleum jelly to apply on it, so that to slow down the process of the blood cell fighting. That's enabling the actually here on the dermis, you know, the second layer, the ink has to reach the second layer of the skin. So the blood cells, red blood cells, actually fight the germs and the ink that's inside it, so that it peels off. Now that's the layer, the top layer will peel off, and then you remain with the under layer. You understand? So you under layer and itakuwa. Normally when you finish tattooing and then it heals, it does not always resemble like the first, very first time, you know. Yeah, it looks like it has faded from the original one, because tulienda hadi chini the second layer. You understand? So kuna layer ya juu yenye inakuzuia kupata the clarity of the, you get, because layer ya juu ilitoka, so kuna nyingine ndani.
So what just happened? The first layer tuliona just a skeleton of it. So what happened in the second layer?
Well, this one, the one that we're actually shading. So as I told you, nataka sasa I want to bring the picture into life. The way you have put it in the skeleton. Sasa hii skeleton tunaweka flesh, tunaweka nini, just to bring the life out of the portrait. You understand? Yeah, so basically I use this needle to help me achieve that in my artwork.
Okay, so what's the difference between your layer ya kwanza na ya pili in terms of maybe uchungu ama the difference ni nini?
To me, as I say, on the line part, kuchora line, it's a little bit lazima yani insistizwe yani ndio line itokee. So for me hiyo ndo part na una feel a little bit pain other than place your shading. Do shading haikaikuwa inasisitiza, ina go all over kitu kwa hiyo, so feel your pain sana kwa part ya pili on the shading part. Yep.
Okay. So to use sketch a challenge you mostly have new maybe mimi ni msichana nataka nichorwe maybe on my breast ama maybe on my thighs. Is this the same procedure venye boy anaweza kuja choro?
Okay, the same procedure in terms of art? Yeah, we don't change. I just put the stencil, tuna create idea and I just draw normally as the man. Or what type of difference did you mean?
Okay, maybe kama venye tumeona huyu ameandress the shirt sababu ni kifua nachorwa. So how about the ladies?
Oh, now because I'm a man, yeah. So yeah, you know, one thing for me, that's why I call this canvas. Jamuita yeye sajina. That's my mentality. When I approach it, I'm just looking at the skin. Either it's your buttocks, either it's your thighs, either it's your, you know, whatever place. Like I just see it as a skin and it's like the doctor, you know. Daktari wakati tunamletea sidhani kama wakati anakuambia teremsha hiyo kinyasa chini or whatever ni kuweke shindani pale kwa makalio. Sidhani kama kwake anaonanga like say ya kufocus on that. You see? Yeah, the same mindset I put on the tattoo. But that's to any artist, whoever artist maybe uko mnyataka kuninia. You have to stay focused. Yeah.
Okay. So you're still proceeding with the shadings after that, or we will be done after the shading?
After the shading, I just add some little details from the outside, and we're done. Actually, we're like 3/4. 3/4 the way, almost finishing. Can you back in the place kidogo tu?
So to you the client, are you satisfied vile inatokea ama bado kuna venye unaona siko satisfied mahali ama that's the art you wanted?
Oh, it's kind of coming to what I expected. Alafu pia with sketch I believe atatoa kitu nilimwambia. Yeah. So to me I'm confident enough I'm gonna get what I wanted. Yep.
Okay, to you sketch ishaifika place umemaliza kuchora all this then a client anakuambia like siko nataka this kind of art ama nataka rectify places flani.
For me, first of all, it goes back. This business is kind of different. So na yeye kwanza amefanya research yake kwanza akakuwa satisfied na what I do ndo akaenda. So it's a vibe thing, eh? Lazima tu vibe na your client. And once tumesha vibe, the artwork will just itakuja out of that energy. So hata nikianza kufika hivi katikati nione two clients kwanza ameshabambika like tayari kwa anaona ni kama it's a complete work, but to me I know it's not. Hapo najua I've already nailed it because nikianza kufanya finishing na nini tayari ameshapata what he wanted. So yeah, sijaipata such a thing. At the client amekuja kaniambia sijapata hiyo bado.
Okay, and hiyo part ya umesema ya maintenance, sababu ulisema ni kitu kama kinonda, so you have to maintain it. Sanity pia naye lazima ikuwe juu, of course. So how does it happen wakati maybe client alifika home, maybe alimess up ama like you said alikuja akiwa maybe not that well sober, then amefika home amemess up, imekuwa like another thing. How do you handle such cases?
Another thing, first I give you the knowledge. Now kutoka hapo mimi nimenawa mikono. You know, I've done my part. Now it's up to you. How much do you treasure the art? And that's why I go by saying the why. The why thing is very important. Why did you want a tattoo? You know, inaanza pale. Why did you want it? Because nikani kitu na treasure, hauwezi enda utatilia manani. Ni kama unapata venye daktari anakupatia the prescriptions and everything for you to be okay. So why if you need to be okay, like your wellness to be okay, you have to just follow the prescription by the doctor. So likewise, I relate it to that.
And before maybe tuanze kuchora maybe a client or something, do you brief the client about maybe the effects of it's the ink inaingia kwa skin? So do you brief the customer about the effects, or you just start and you're good to go?
I start because it depends. Most of the clients that I work with, I like a client who already know what they want, and they've already figured out their self within their mind, you know. So while we're in, like we're doing this, you know. Hakuna tena kuja kunini because you've already made your mind. So my work is to make whatever you want like come to light, you know. That's my work now as an artist.
Do we also tunakuanga na customers wali labda mtu akifanya piercing ama whatever, there's some formation labda kitu kama KITALE. So have you ever come across such a client na kabisa really anapenda kuweka tattoo, but hiyo ndio result yake? Yeah.
Okay, the conditions that I've faced so far as a stumbling block, needed to skin at the very beginning in a react, like in a fura abnormally nini. But trust me, as I continue, you know, inataka courage. So I just continue with and with time it just like for him sijiona ikireactive, but most of the clients nimechora unapata kama hii part ile kwa imefura like imekuja juu kabisa, unapaka hata this inakuwa tension kwa client, but I just continue because kutoka hapo inarudi normal and everything is just naambia tu mtu just trust the process and we go by. Nimepata that ndio, but inakuwa tu at that moment, but the beginning kuchora inarudi ikitulia until ni kundi yake ni skin yako na skin poa. I wish tungepata client kama huyo, by the way ningekuelezea vizuri like how it works. Yeah.
Okay. Seeing that you also putting another needle to the machine. So what's the next step?
Kwa kipindi cha lala salama actually. This is my final needle that I'm trying to place here. This is a shader. It's a 7 shader. It's a flat 7 shader. Now what happens with this needle? These 7 needles on the bottom, 7 needles on the top, compressed into one. We call this 7 shader. It allows me to shade at a larger surface area faster, you know. So I just want to make some shading on the outline of this circle, just to create some effect on it, and then we're good to go.
Now from what we are seeing is almost done, and it's becoming the way the customer wanted it. So yeah, just to you, to the client, how do you feel wakati imefika sasa almost done? How is it?
Anabambika, the process is almost done. Na pia the sketch is good. The art, in fact.
Hey.
The part manze inakaaje? Inakaa so yeah, hii ndo part fiti. Dio shading ndo tulikuwa tamani sana. So to me inabambika hii kitu inatokea. Yeah.
Okay, maybe wakati wanafanya hiyo shading kuna maybe uchungu fulani unasikia, sababu it's the outer part tumemalizana na the inner one, so ni part za nje sasa.
Hakuna uchungu, ni same, bado ni shading, and hiyo part nje, shading nje inafanya hii art itoke fit. Ndo part nilikuwa nimengojea sana ni check. Yep, so I'm just nabambika art yangu iko karibu kumalizika. Yep.
So back to you, sketcher.
Yeah.
How does it feel wakati sasa umefika to this level and the customer is like, wow, I just love the art. Hata yani bako unampatia motivation ya kurudishana the other time.
I'll tell you one thing. For me it's not all about the money. It's the value. So kama unajua tumeanza tukikuja nyuma like alijua kwa nini nataka kuchagua wolf. Unakumbuka?
Yeah.
And he was very precise about it. So for me to see like anaichukulia hivyo like ameanza ku appreciate on that level like imekuja kumaanisha ni achieve what you wanted. Yeah? And I told you ini kitu yenye it last for the rest of his life. Unaona? As a reminder, unaona? So kama ameweza ku appreciate that level kumaanisha I'm satisfied. Pesa itakuja baadaye. But that's my first satisfaction yenye napata kwa hii biz. Yeah. And you know the fact that anani trust and he trusts what I do, it keeps me encouraged na kufanya. You see? Yani pia morale kwa job.
Okay, so apart from you doing the art, are there some other people who you're also tutoring or maybe they're giving you an upper hand?
Some other people that I'm also
You're working with, or maybe you're tutoring them to know how to maybe to do the tattoo?
Yeah, there is a lady by the name Asia. She's a Somali lady. She's really into art and but yeah, yuko kwa tattoo. Unajua the religion na nini, kuna hiyo barrier religion. So but there is this type of art that I do, paintings, you know, sketching and stuff. So hapo ndo penye anakaa mimi na mentor her.
Yep.
Utamwona I call her for interview.
Okay, so also part ya tattoo, it's also a matter of religion. There's some religion of which wanapinga.
Okay. What I normally say, I like people with tattoo because they've already accepted like to be judged. Down watu wenye tayari kwake hata ukimjudge alisha. You see? So because tattoo comes up with it's something different, you know. So mtu akiona mimi naichukulia kama art, but kuna mwenye akiona people have different beliefs, huh? Kuna mwenye anaamini ni ushirikina, si ushetani, kuna mwenye so after all Mungu ndo anajudge, unaona? But there is somebody mwenye anapata scripture fulani anaona ni poa sana na mbamba na anataka ku express hiyo scripture cause ina relate na life yake na anaitaka kwa ngozi yake like itembee na, you see, that's how they feel. So my work as an artist is to make sure whatever they want to come to light, you understand? And that's what I'm being paid for. Yeah.
So to the client, uliwaifika mahali as in when ulieka tattoo yako ya kwanza, how maybe your close friends or maybe your parents walichukulia aje?
Oh, like I said, I did my research before nikuwe artist. So there's some things nilikuwa nisha talk to my parents and my friends also pia venye wananiona. They expect me to be having some things. Umecheki. So haikuwa more surprising to them. Ilikuwa like, oh, we knew you could have done this, but not this soon or something like that. Umecheki. So my first tattoo, my parents wanaijua, and in fact it's my birthday day. So haikuwa na issue sana. Aliniambia ni sawa. It's you, it's what you want. Yep.
We can see that he's doing a great job, and yeah, so we are going back to him to see as he's doing his finishing, and it's really nice as you can see from here. Okay, now that the art umemaliziwa the tattoo, so unafeel aje umeona design ulikuwa unataka imetokea?
It's a good feeling by that. A very nice feeling because ini kitu nimekuwa nikifikiria nitaifanya when itatokea aje. Umecheki. Now that I have the real thing here, I can see it na nacheki vile imetokea. Inanifanya feel fiti. Na pia inanifanya nisikie kufanya the rest of the tattoos that I want. Yep, so I feel cool, I feel good. Nabambika.
Okay, and apart from that, as in umechora kwa chest, unajua majority of us tunakuanga mtu nikichora tattoo ama anything lazima ni naifanya for show off, lazima kuna mtu lazima nitakaone ajue nimefanya tattoo. Wewe tumeona umechora hapo, which majority ya nguo zinakuanga zimecover up huku. Sasa wewe, how will it be to you?
To me it's not for show off. To me it's just for me, grounding me up to my art. Like in wolf, na nilikwambia reasons why I'm putting a wolf, na nikumbusha who I am, and I want to get out of comfortability, get out of the park, lead the park, feel the freedom, explore that shit. Alafu pia wolf ni something that iko na sensitive sharpness, instincts, vitu kaa hizo, and sometimes I feel that's who I am. So for this tattoo kwa chest nimeweka for me, and I also need it nifunike because it's for me, not for show. Inikumbushe, inifanyange tu every time I step on my path, like niko grounded. Yep, that's it. See for show. Yeah.
Cut. Okay, so back to you, Sketcher. How can you tell young people, not hata si lazima wako wadogo, but those who are upcoming maybe in the art industry, mtu labda anasema huyu ameprosper juu ako maybe na the equipment ama ako mahali sababu ako na backup. Sasa mimi juu sina backup, let me just stay behind hapa hivi nikali tu talanta yangu. What do you tell them?
I tell them to not fear. Worry not. It's already a gift that you're being given by God. So once uko na hiyo gift, cultivate the gift. Mimi tulianza na nothing. Huyu as my client ananijua vizuri sana, but tuko na history na yeye by the way. Tulianza hizi vitu nimetupata mbele. So you just start, believe in yourself. Anza to with small steps and then the rest will come up. You just come up. Yeah. Now it's about timing, yeah? Kuna like unaweza kafanya saa zingine ubahatike upate hiyo sponsor mapema, ama ufanye ubahatike upate pesa yenye unaweza kainvest on nini mapema, na kuna wengine unaweza kafanya ni kujeleta. So never give up. Because hujui path yako. You just stick on it, answer with what you know, and the rest will follow.
Okay, so just tell us maybe your social handles, maybe we can get in touch with you, maybe from the clients, or yeah, tell us your pages.
Yeah, so I'm Evan Sketcher at all platforms, social media platforms. It's on Facebook and Instagram. So pale Facebook, if you search Evan Sketcher, you will get my work, my catalog, everything that I do about art is there. Okay, on the Instagram, Evan Sketcher, you'll get everything that I do concerning art on that platform. Then you can just verify if I'm legit, and we go by. We just do work. Leteni kazi manze. We support the culture. We support art. Art is life. Yeah. My location, I'm in KITALE, and we have an office up over Montana building. That's old Safaricom. Ukikuja first floor pale hivyo utapata opposite there is a DSTV shop. Opposite the DSTV shop, you get our space there. That's where you come, you get the services that you want concerning tattoo. Yeah.
Well, that was from Evan Sketcher ambaye tumekuwa naye leo kwa the art industry. Amekuwa akichora tattoo, and we've seen the work. It is really good and it is superb, I can say, from my own perspective. So for you to get in touch with him, amepeana his social media handles, so you make sure you follow up on him. And that was all that we had for today in Treaty Trend on TV show. Being your host, Priscilla Mweru.